Good evening, folks. Havoc, what's going on? Oh, really? ODing on the coffee. Oh, shit, hold on. Havoc, what's going on? It's so weird hearing my own voice. Oh, really? I forgot to turn off the video feed, or the playback. Aurelius. Yeah, that's what it is. Aurelius. How's it going? I am bound and determined to give a thorough going through of this going rogue stuff. This guy's resistance. He's going resistance. It's the fourth time I've re-rolled this guy. Can't find a weapon or a primary that I like. Titan weapons are way too slow. Broadsword is just meh. And what else did I choose on him? I forget. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay. I'm probably going to have to turn the XP off too, just so I can get to all of it before I outlevel it. We're going to go fight some ghouls. Yeah, the damage is impressive, but Jesus Christ, you can go freaking make a sandwich between swings. I don't like it. The swords are cool looking. I really like the one with all the kitchen knives sticking through it. Chain that momentum. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I only played it up to like level 10, but I just got falling asleep waiting for the swings to happen. This is fun. I took what is it, street fighting? Is that what it's called? Street justice. I like this one. Trying to keep it thematic with the character, you know, with the who the guy's supposed to be. Cat skits now. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm not that motivated. Kind of liking street justice, though. Probably going to shut off XP at level 10 just to avoid out-leveling all this stuff. I'll bet, especially if you got any toggles going. Which reminds me, I got a toggle now. Yeah. Don't you run away. No, you wanted to fight, we're gonna fight. I don't know if you're here when I explain the background behind the character choice. But it's based on a all characters in Terry Pratchett Discworld novels. The McFeagles, the Knack McFeagles. They're these little pixies. They're called pixies, but they're these little guys. They look blue, but their skin's covered in tattoos. That's why they look blue. And tiny little guys, but really strong, really fast. And yeah, you get a lot of drops in the Pretoria stuff. A lot. You're never wanting for but you can't buy dual origins. I mean, you're well into level 20 and you can't get any of your dual origins yet. But they're these little guys. They're a whole horde of them. They like to drink and fight and steal stuff. So I'm trying to keep it thematic. I don't want to go, something that just doesn't make sense. And they wear kilts and talk with Scottish accents. Damn, oh, they're green, so they're not that hard, but non-stop. This is why I like scrappers. You just fight. You don't stop. Stalkers, you have to stop and wait for your hidden to kick back in, and scrappers just go and go and go and go. I've taken one character through my blaster, my energy blaster. I've taken him through the content already, but I just blasted through it, and you miss out on so much of the stuff simply because you out-level it. He's fun so far. Come on. Talk faster. We need more information on him if you can get it. On Cole. On Statesman. It just feels powerful. Why do they make you run all the way back to the entrance? Oh, hey guys, I didn't see you down here. Going to bed? Night, kiddo. Love you. Fun stuff. Say it again. Yeah. Okay, what's next? Spec Gravitech Labs. This one's fun. You make your way through the whole thing and then you have to fight your way out. Because all the crooked cops turn on you. Because they have an inferiority complex. Oh, I guess I already turned off XP. So we'll be doing level 6 for a little while. Just until I get through all the missions I possibly can. Now you do get dual origin drops in the higher level Pretoria content, but there's nowhere to buy them. It's kind of problematic. Did you notice the reflections on them? No, I guess not. Thought your character got reflected on the mirrors or windows. Oh, this guy cracks me up. Alright, Captain. Let's get ready to throw down. This guy doesn't appreciate that I've been sent here to oversee the inspection. Get a lot of really good disorient with this power set. I like it. Ooh, shit. Paying attention to my freaking stamina. Good lord. Alright, let's take a knee. Should probably start paying attention to that. Made him the the brute body, but took all the sliders and turned them all the way, or pushed them all the way to the left. Some bitch killed my ferry. So much fun. Is that it? As far as I can go? So I had to take advice from viewers and pick up those Ninja Run or Beast Run powers. Really helps early on. And I believe that's all of them. Nope. The cone on that punch is a lot more generous than it is on a lot of the other power sets, I've noticed. That should be all of them. Yep. And away we go. I made this guy who is going resistance, and then I made a dual pistol blaster, not corruptor, blaster, who's going loyalist, just to try out the two, or fully explore the two different sides of stuff. And that's it. Tickle, tickle. Wonder how hard it is for these games. You know, the City Heroes, they want to make a superhero-based game, but there's a lot of fantasy elements in it, and I wonder how hard it is for them to avoid falling into the fantasy trap that MMOs always do. Hello? Oh shit. I forgot this was a timed mission. Might have to go back out and start over. Yeah, we made it. We made it. Members of Resistance need to get this information on Eddie to that woman you talked to, BV, which will be tough. BV is kind of wanted for a lot of things. Anyway, the meeting is happening in part of the tunnels infested by ghouls. More ghouls. She's tough, but we also think, alright, well let's do it. I ain't afraid no ghouls. One thing I wish they had in City of Heroes that DC Universe has. DC Universe has a travel power called Athletics, where you can basically just run up the side of a building. I think it's called athletics. Could be called something else. And it was always cool. Let's not forget to shut off our movement powers this time. I wish you could just use the mouse to move, but it gets stuck in auto run when you use the mouse. At least it does for me. Maybe it's just a me thing. I don't know, but it always gets stuck in auto run. Come on, Jesus. I hate having to use the keys. Gotten so used to using the mouse over, well, since, you know, the early days of MMOs. Got so used to using the mouse for movement. Leave my fairy alone. Oh, you rotten bastards. Come on. Freaking hit. Oh, I'm stunned. I was wondering why the hell isn't he hitting? They keep stunning me. What was that all about? Take it on up to 7. Leave my ferry alone. Can't stand those ghouls. They're nasty little bastards. Oh, I killed my ferry, you bastard. Thought he was dead. Cannibal badge. Swing and a miss. They killed my fairy again, didn't they? Rotten bastards. Thank God we got an unlimited number of them. They're gonna stop coming to work for me, though. Ding. I'll take it up to 8 to get my new power, and then we'll turn off the XP again. Done. Meet with BV. Oh wait, we got more to kill. Okay, now we're free to deal with the ambush that's bound to happen. Belladonna. It's in the files. Alright, I'm on my way. I'm going... Other message. It should get to him eventually. PPD, freeze, you're surrounded. There's no way out. Typical slow response time. Not the way it always goes. Where the hell are they at? That's right, I got this. You just stand there with your dramatic pose going. Don't worry about me, I got it. Come on, recharge. I need about one more attack. Just have a nice chain going. Oh, you finally noticed there was a fight going on. 5 reward merits. Yeah, let's put it in this one. That's it. Good stuff. I'd get a bigger coffee cup so I didn't have to get up as often, but then it would just get cold. And this, one of the my regulars got that for me. It's a Hort cup. Dang. Oh god, no more ghouls. And what do you got going on? Meet with Ricochet. That's that. Okay. But first, I need to train up. See, and then you just get stuck in auto run when you just use the mouse. I don't know if there's a way to turn that off. Can't quite make it. Damn it. Who are you calling freak? I am not a freak. I am a respectable member of society. Okay, 2 new enhancement slots and a new ability, Rib Cracker. And away we go. And nothing else. Well, we got disorient. Oh, disorient. That'd be cool. Alright. What the hell are you looking at? Nice lack of eyes. Okay, I'm gonna go grab a coffee real quick. I will be right back. Alright, I'll be right back. And we're back. So we have to rescue civilians from the destroyers. When I made this guy with Titan weapons, as I mentioned, and took Ninja Run, and the sword was constantly clipping through the ground because he's so small. So in the books, they typically use these oversized swords. Crusher. Crush this. I'm really liking this power set so far. I mean, granted, I'm only level 8, but I'm really liking it so far. Street fighting? Not street fight. I keep calling it street fighting, but it's not street fight. Come on, what the hell? Jesus. Street justice. And willpower. Come on, bitches. Pissing me off. The challenge? There's a challenge? I didn't know there's a challenge. I like dark armor. My on the retail servers, my main was a dark scrapper. Really enjoyed it. Really hard to kill. Lots of drains. You missed. You missed. Ombre. Yeah, they had a lot of AoEs. Well, even the dark melee had a few multiple target attacks. Come on, you can do it. Boom. This just feels powerful. Feels like you're just punching the shit out of somebody. I think that's everybody. I like to clear. Yep, that's all of them. Oh, good. Need one here. Might as well do that one too. And we're out. Take it up to level 10 and then we'll shut the XP off again. Trying to do as much of the Pretoria content as I can. without, you know, last time I went through, I out-leveled everything so quick. I think I was doing it over a triple XP weekend or something. I don't know if they are, but you're still leveling really fast. No, damn it. There, good. I'm a freaking squirrel. I just want to go through town and just beat the hell out of everybody. Are there ramifications for that? If you just run around punching all the cops and everything that you come across? It's Officer Washington. This game is so racist. You can tell it's made by Koreans. We're just playing up on all the stereotypes. Cleopatra, one of the NPCs, is a black woman, and she's all shucking and jiving. Oh, I didn't do this yet? I thought I did this already. Well, I know we're all on the same team here because I'm going resistance also, but XP is XP. Dang. Oh, I guess I haven't done this yet. The XP's got to be tweaked at least a little bit. Jack Hammer. Ah, clever. Oh, this is the plant 3 bombs. I like the Pretoria stuff. It's neat. It's different. It's not Atlas Park. And I'm well into my second page of alts. Getting kind of tired doing Atlas Park. I miss Galaxy City. Okay, let's do this one first. Ah, shit. I was just there and I should have trained up. It's just slots, but... Tickle, tickle. Rib cracker and sweeping cross. Alright. Need to invest some points in my defensive abilities too. I keep forgetting to do that. Keep neglecting them. Excuse me. Alright, let's go get this one off our list first. My hand keeps getting shifted on the keyboard and like that. Uh-huh. Oh, this is the one where they killed Miss Fields. The cookie lady. Close her eyes and search for the killer. Looks impressive until you realize I'm only fighting blues. I wish you could put like an endurance reduction in the prestige travel powers. I'd like to just leave that running all time, but of course you can't. Stop Sig Bowman. Still dead. What the hell? Ah. There you are. Uh-huh. Big dog. Let's take out the big dog. He is a pretty big guy. Dislocated his shoulder, see that? Working here, leave me alone. The bad guys in Pretoria are kind of vanilla, though. I really like the new clockwork, though. They're kind of sexy. They did a really good job with the models, with the guns popping up out of the shoulders and stuff. Next freaking cop that calls me a freak is getting his head shoved in. Spursing, what's going on? My man. I bet it's Adele. Oh, come on. Everybody lives paycheck to paycheck. Most people live paycheck to paycheck. It's always been that way, though. I don't know. It's one of those skewed things that's always kind of bothered me. Most people have always lived paycheck to paycheck. If everybody was rich, nobody would be, you know. then inflation would be through the roof. And that's okay. It's okay. Not everybody should be rich. A lot of people can't handle it. I know I'd go crazy with it. That's why I don't handle the money. Alright, now we'll shut off XP. Oh, come on, Jesus. So hard to line that up. The bigger problem is not living paycheck to paycheck. It's the credit card debt that people always rack up. You know, living on credit, never paying it off. And all you're doing there is just feeding the banks. You're just handing them money. The problem isn't not enough earnings. The problem is bad spending. I'm not trying to, come off all holier than thou or anything like that, but we're living proof that you can get by on very little and still have creature comforts. You just got to be frugal, and you got to be willing to do without. People don't want to do without, though. Because we live in a system where the people are convinced that you have to have it, and if you don't have it, you're neglecting your kids, or you're not cool, or whatever the motivator is. The simple fact of the matter is, you don't need it. Cell phone, don't need it. I don't care what anybody says, you don't need it. People survived for years without cell phones. You got a house phone. It's $20 a month for a house phone. We have a Skype phone number through Skype. Since we have computers all over the place, it was the most practical. Because then she can, take like an old cell phone, for example, that is not active, but it can still connect to Wi-Fi, and still make Skype calls with that. And you get a regular phone number that you can call from any landline or cell phone. $80 a year. One-time fee, $80 a year. We live in a town that's small enough that we don't have to have a car. We can get to anywhere we want to, either by walking or public transportation. If you live in a big city, you don't need a car, because all big cities have public transportation. Now, if you live out in the boondocks and you're a farmer or something like that, you got to have a truck. But you also use that for work too. It's not hard. And, you know, as a result of our choosing to cut certain things out, we have a lot of extra free time. Don't have to work nearly as many hours. We don't have to have a two-income household. And that's the big trap. You know, that every household has to have two income earners. And it's just not true. And we do it without, you know, any public assistance or anything like that. It's all just us. Before I do that, I have to go level up. It's so weird. Like, we know people that are constantly complaining about not being able to make ends meet. That are making easily twice as much as she's making, and it's just them. There's no kids involved or anything. And it's not that they can't do it. It's just they're not willing to do it. Fast healing or indomitable will? Let's take that. Although healing hasn't really been a factor. Another toggle. Yeah, we'll go with that. Two toggles. Oh, it's going to be brutal. Brutal. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4 accuracy and 1 damage. Yeah. It's, if you're willing to do it and willing to put forth the effort to do it, you can do it. It's not hard. It just means saying no to things. Don't get sucked into the trap that they always get you try to get you sucked into, having the newest iPhone or having the unlimited data plan or whatever. Do you have a computer? Do you have an internet connection? You can consolidate so much stuff just by having that. And then when you leave the house, leave your phone there. You know, go out in the world and explore it. Look up from your phone for 5 minutes. All you see anymore is just people walking around, buried in their phones. It's sad, because there's so many things to see, and you miss so much of it. Not you. I'm not, pointing fingers at anybody here watching. I'm just you in general. All right. What else? What the hell? Let's splurge a little bit. We'll get a jump. And health. All right, we're good. Meet with Rick Chet. It's just a matter of not buying into the bullshit that they're trying to sell you. Of course they want you to buy their stuff because they're selling it. And get a job in sales. Everybody should have a job in sales at some point in their life, because then you'll see through all the bullshit that they try to push, they try to peddle. You'll get a taste of it, at least from that limited perspective of that particular job. But the skills transfer. Cleaner bot dems debauched. We're looking for here our main boy Rothstein. Got himself painted deep in the badger pot. You feel? They have this whole jargon that they use. They call the cops badgers because they wear badges. All right. I don't think we need anything else here. Who are you? If you have stuff to store. Ah, invention storage. Neat. Okay, what else we got in here? Hey, see, I'm not the only one with the office chair on his back. We got the two robots selling stuff. And who are you? Oh, the nurse. Okay. Alright. Boy, the resistance is pretty well set up in this place. And we don't even own our home, we rent. Bills are always paid, on time or early, usually early. She handles all that though, she's much better at that than I am. Now it's easy for me to talk because I don't handle any of the money in our household, but she's a hell of a lot better at it than I am. And we played our strengths. I stay at home with the kid because I'm a hell of a lot better at that than she is. There's nothing against her. It's just I have 30 more years experience than she does taking care of kids. And the temperament. I have the temperament for it. Because they're little bastards. You just want to rip their heads off on a daily basis. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, you don't need a brand new car. Does the car run? That's all you need. It's transportation. It's not a fashion statement. It's transportation. All right, hold that thought. I will be right back. I'm going to grab a coffee, and then we'll bitch about things some more. Alright, we're back. Hell, I'm using this ratty old headset. That's all I need. Dollar store special. Alright, well, there's a lot of them. Come on, hit something. Good lord. Buried his head in the wall. You see that? That kind of thing is essential to maintaining the southern border. I mean, if they really want to be serious about it. Now, I have my views on borders. But if you're going to do it, and it is the law, then do it. Do it right. And if the government's not going to do it, take matters into your own hands. That's the way it's supposed to be here in the United States. If your government fails you, you take matters into your own hands. It's part of your responsibility as an American citizen. And that same logic can be applied to a lot of other areas. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask. It's like our government itself. If you don't like the way it's being run, if the majority of people have the opinion that they're not being represented by their government anymore, then you have a responsibility to fix it. Schlappy, what's going on? And if you're not willing to take the steps, then you can't really complain about it. And you don't have to like lead an armed rebellion. I'm not trying to imply that. There's little things you can do. Conscientious objector to Obamacare. Not that that's really a factor anymore, but that was a good place to start. If a lot of people had done that, then the oh yeah, I know, it's horrifying. The worst part about that is the burden it's putting on other people. You want to come here and work? You know, fine, do so, but do it the right way. Do it legally. Pay your taxes. You know, be a citizen. Learn the language, that kind of thing. The United States has never cared about people from other countries coming here. We've never had an issue with that. That's kind of our deal. This is the country you go to escape your horrible country. But there's an agreement. There's an inherent agreement with that. You take care of your own. You know, don't become a burden on the system. If you can do that, there's a place for you at the table, but if you can't do that, then get the hell out. plain and simple, because I don't want to pay for you and your kids. I don't want to do that. Can't do that. The dollar's on the brink of collapsing. I don't know why these people think that they can continue to push and strain that dollar even further than it's already being strained, because we're at the breaking point. I mean, the only thing that's holding it together now is just, wishful thinking, really. And war. What happened the last time the United States was put in this position, where the dollar lost all its value? And I mean, anytime it happens to any country, you always end up with a big war in the end. And that's what led to World War II. That's why Germany, despite what you're led to believe, that's why Germany got so nutty about hold on one second. I don't know, but he's really pissing me off with all that crap that he's been pulling lately regarding the Middle East. He ran on a platform getting us the hell out, and all he's doing is doubling down. And it's because he's in over his head. There's a hell of a difference between the boardroom and, the Oval Office. And he thought he'd go in there and do the same crap that he does when he's working on a property deal. And it doesn't work that way, because government doesn't have accountability. Government doesn't have to show a profit. Government doesn't have to answer to shareholders. They don't even have to answer to the American people anymore. Yeah, he's going after all these countries that pose no threat to the United States whatsoever. None. There is no threat to our borders, except from south, our southern border. People voted for him because they knew Hillary would just push conflicts in the Middle East, and not for any ideological reason or national security reason, simply for economic reasons. There's a lot of money in war. Boy, I'm not doing so good against these guys. Hold on, hold on. The only reason he would send troops to Iraq is to establish a base of operations for potential invasion against Iran. Because there's nothing going on in Iraq anymore. There's nobody left. Everybody that's going to fight has been killed. He's proven to be disappointing. No, I can't really say that I'm surprised, though. A lot of people have gone into that position with the best of intentions, and you just get eaten up by the machine. Because it makes no sense. There's no logic to it. Politics. No logic whatsoever. It's just whatever they feel like doing and whatever they can cash in on. I mean, there's a reason why there's so many millionaires in Congress. Well, I'm not getting any enhancement drops now. Phew, good Lord. Oh, that's something. All right. We have no choice, but they have no choice now but to go to war with somebody, whoever. And if they can't find a legitimate bad guy, they'll just make one up. I mean, it's what we did for the last 2 world wars. There was no legitimate reason for our involvement in either one of them. Our borders were never at risk. Oh, we got to help our European friends. Do we really? I mean, Europeans have been murdering Europeans for centuries. That's what they do. Some more stamina back. And that's not our problem. As cold as that may sound, that's not our problem. They wouldn't do it for us. It's nice to want to be the helpful guy, the savior of the world, but let somebody else do it. Yeah, what do I know? I'm just some schmuck playing video games. Yeah, it'll lose, but there'll be the means of production will go up. We'll have to kick production into overdrive to support the war effort, which will create the illusion of a stronger economy. That's kind of what that's what they did with after the Great Depression. I mean, the dollar's based on nothing anyhow. And honestly, as much as I want to blame, again, as much as I want to blame the government for all this, as much as I want to say it's your fault, the truth of the matter is it's our fault because we allowed it to happen, because we got complacent, we let our guard down, we allowed them to do it. Should have rectified that situation about, I don't know, 75 years ago. Where the hell is he at? It will collapse. We will have another depression. And people will say, well, how did that happen? I wonder. One more robot I have to kill, and I don't know where the hell he is. Well, my biggest fear is that it's all going to fall apart. It's all going to turn into some kind of totalitarian system, just as a means of survival. And when that happens, it's all over. Of course, it's not going to be Trump that does it. They would never allow that. There you are. Did you notice when it became obvious that we couldn't choose terrorism as a big enemy for the country to get behind? When that whole narrative fell apart, you can't go to war against an ideology. You have to go to war against a nation. As soon as everybody realized that that wasn't going to cut it as a big evil, we went right back to good old reliable Russia. Despite the fact that Russia poses no real threat to us. I mean, there's the nuclear threat, but that's not a threat. Nobody's going to use nukes. One person does, everybody's going to, and then the whole world's just going to melt down. That's a hollow claim. We need somebody that the United States can get behind. Unfortunately, I think now enough people realize that Russia isn't the threat that they think it is. And Putin is charismatic enough that people are going to like him. So it's not a good bad guy to choose. Oh, it's Imperial City. Okay, we want to stay local. Bring Monroe into custody. CEO of whatever industries. We don't learn. We just don't learn. They don't learn. The government doesn't learn. I don't know. I'm of the opinion that it's too late. There's nothing we can do to stop it. It's got to happen. It's got to melt down. It's got to collapse, and then we got to rebuild. And because most people, 99.9% of the people out there, just don't care enough. Care enough to get involved. Care enough to take a stance, unless it's something they can post about on Facebook. That's about the limit of the stance. And instead of trying to change things on the national level, which you're never going to do, need to start doing what a lot of the states have started doing and changing it on the local level. That's where the true power lies in the United States. That's how you actually get change to happen, because you can change things on the local level. You have a close attachment to the local government. A lot of people don't even know who their congressman is, but just about everybody knows who the mayor is. Hell, we see my girlfriend sees our mayor on a weekly basis. You know, she can point right to him and say, "You're the guy." And as a result, they're accountable. They're directly accountable. You get enough states pushing back against the federal government finds itself hamstrung. They get all their money from the states, and if the states stop turning tax dollars over to the government because they don't agree with the policies or whatever, then you're going to start to see some people changing. I mean, the answer to all these problems is local, local, local. Don't like the way Walmart's conducting business? Stop using Walmart. Buy local. Use local retailers. You may pay a little more. Chances are you are going to pay a little more. But that money stays in your community. It gets put right back into your community. But enough people have to do it, and that's the hard part. Convincing enough people to make those sacrifices, to make those changes. Because they're not convenient. They're not easy. It's not Amazon. You know. I was kind of excited when they announced they were going to reopen the Silk Road. Not the, deep web Silk Road, but I'd like to see some international competition. On a global scale. Make America work again. Make it work for its money. Its trade. think we scared everybody away. Most of them don't even realize that there's a deficit occurring. They're so completely cocooned. They've so completely shut themselves off from the rest of the world. And it's sad because the world should be so much more open now because of this, internet thing. Everybody should be talking to everybody, sharing ideas and working together to build a brighter future, and all these crazy hokey things that people like to talk about. But the opposite's occurring. Yeah, they're communicating, they're talking to one another, but they're talking to one another about stuff that doesn't matter, like Game of Thrones. Which I can't freaking stand. We watched like the first season or two, but it was just so damn rapey, unnecessarily rapey. It's like the guy that wrote it's got some kind of twisted rape fetish. Heard somebody coming. Somebody said, "Find Monroe." Oh, hi. All right. Mission accomplished. I will not be on tomorrow night. While I'm thinking about it. She has to work late tomorrow, so by the time she gets home, I just want to have enough time to get the stream fired up. So tomorrow will be my first night off in quite a while, actually. This game has revitalized my interest in gaming and streaming and whatnot. I was really starting to burn out. Yeah. Well, you got three starting areas. You got the villain side, the hero side, and then the Pretoria side. It's red, blue, and gold. So there's a lot of variety just getting started, and then there's a ton of variety in character classes and just so many options. I'm on my second page of characters, second page of alts, and I still got so many that I want to try out. That's why I've always liked this game. When it was live, it was a subscription based, and at the time I was dirt poor. I couldn't afford a video game subscription at the time. That's why I just never really got to play it as much as I did. I was with somebody who was really bad, the exact opposite of who I'm with now, who was just incredibly bad with money. Would spend it foolishly, and bills never got paid. And we were always, hiding from people knocking at the door, in case it's like the landlord looking for his rent or something like that. But that's all different now. Aye. Bunch of Mexicans. Aye. Everybody's saying aye. It's the syndicate. You go, Washington. I still haven't even touched the tank classes. I've made a few brutes, but never really played them all that much. So I still got that whole area to explore. I haven't made any controllers yet. Of course, I was never big on the whole controller thing anyhow. Warburton, that's my grandmother's maiden name. Take them down. Dude's stealing all my kills. Messing up my combos. If they're just going to keep coming, I'm just going to keep killing them. We're looking for a lady, and we have to arrest her. But they keep throwing wave after wave of ambushes after us. And I don't know if it continues to go. Why? Did you get him pregnant? Where's old Captain Washington? Where the hell did he go? I lost my dude. There you are. Oh, jeez. No, thank you, ma'am. I got psionic resistance. Oh, Jesus. Train wreck, it sounds like. Is he, actually making a living doing it? Or is he just, like, at 200 followers and streaming because he doesn't want to get off his ass and go get a job? He's in denial, so he's just fat. Yeah, well, screw him. You know, can't save everybody. Screw him. His fault. Sounds like, what's his name? Boogie, or whatever the hell his name is. Guy on YouTube. Rather than opt for healthier life choices, he decided to get his, the gastric bypass or whatever to lose weight. And it's a shortcut that doesn't work. One of my guys at the game shop, he was huge, like easily 400 pounds. Went for the gastric bypass. And he lost 100, 150, 200 pounds. He really trimmed down. Now he's 500 pounds. Because you're not going to, you have to change the behavior. You can't change you can't just magically lose weight. You have to change who you are fundamentally. And if you don't care enough to do that, if you don't care enough to take those steps, then it's not worth it getting worried about. Yeah, it's no big secret that being morbidly obese is bad for you. This should be no big surprise to anybody. What the hell are you doing? Jerk. I mean, there's enough documentation on the subject now that, if you choose to ignore it, that's on you. And he wants to go on disability, is my guess. Even though he's not disabled, he just wants to sit on his ass and play video games all day. Adding fat people to the disability roster was the biggest mistake they ever made. Laziness is not a disability. And don't give me that gland shit. Don't give me that. You can lose weight if you want to. You just have to do it. You have to eat healthier, you have to exercise, and you can't do this for 12 hours a day. Christ, after 3 hours my ass hurts so freaking much I gotta get up. And I'm up, every hour getting coffee and everything. It's not like I'm just sitting here. Speaking of which, I need a coffee. Thanks for pissing me off. Be right back. what's going to end up happening to him is people are going to get sick of hearing him cry all the time. And people are going to stop watching his streams. Why he has a following in the first place, I have no idea. Why would you want to follow somebody like that? It's repulsive, unless it's to laugh. You know, this whole acceptance thing that people do now, accept people for who they are, and, you know, no, that's bullshit. If who you are is affecting other people in a negative way, then it's not acceptable. Now, if you want to be fat, by all means. Just don't make it somebody else's problem. And if you're fat and you want to go on disability, you're making it somebody else's problem. You chose to be fat. You chose to be whatever. You chose to be depressed. You chose to be whatever. And don't tell me that you don't choose to be depressed. Yes, you do. If your life is not satisfactory, change your life. No, it's not easy. It shouldn't be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. Yeah, no, see, they sucker you in with their you know, sympathy, those pleas for sympathy, and you don't deserve sympathy. That may sound cold. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care anymore. No, it is a choice. It's a choice of lifestyle. You're choosing to eat a Big Mac instead of a healthy dinner. You're choosing to take the easy way out. And life's not easy. It's not. It's not supposed to be. It was never intended to be. It's irritating to those who work and scrape and claw their way through life to try and get ahead. And then they see these fat, lazy, depressing fucks just expect a free ride. No, it does. No. Are you contributing anything to society? It's all right. I'm sorry. I'm getting trying to think about too many things all at the same time, and I'm not being clear on any of them. Give me just a second. Good lord. A bunch of TVs fell on him. If you follow one of these people around and watch their daily behavior, you'll see exactly why they became the way they are. Take a knee. Get my stamina back. All right, what am I trying to say? No, I've said what I need to say on it. He's fat, he's lazy, he deserves his life. And that's plain. So you get out of it what you put into it. Tired of people making excuses for other people. When I was 19 years old, I worked for a moving company. I was doing a job in New Jersey, and I live in Pennsylvania. And lifted a filing cabinet and ripped my back out. And it's been shot ever since. Never made excuses, never went on welfare. Always found something to do that I could still do. And I'm, again, not trying to toot my own horn, I'm just saying, you can find a way if you just apply yourself. Yeah, if you're sitting there watching him guzzle down 2 liters, well, there's your problem. Big mystery there. Hey, guess what? Soda's bad for you. Is anybody surprised by this fact? I've smoked a pack of cigarettes a day every day for the last 35 years. 39 years. And when lung cancer finally does hit me, I'm not going to be surprised. And I'm not going to make it anybody else's problem. Because I chose to do that. Weak. People have gotten so weak. You don't necessarily have to contribute to society, just don't take anything away from it. Don't make your problems somebody else's problems. Oh, I don't have lung cancer. At least I don't know. Christ, I haven't been to a doctor in a couple of decades. Oh, might not be getting out of this one alive. That was close. And if I do die of lung cancer, it's my own damn fault. I deserve it, you know, because despite the, you know, glaring labels on the side of every cigarette pack for the last 30 years, you know, I chose to continue along that path. Now I've been trying to quit lately, but yeah. Oh, it's not just, you know, the fat. It's mentally weak. Because you don't have to be accountable for your problems anymore. Are you sad? Are you depressed? Well, here's a pill. You'll be fine. You don't actually have to deal with the problem. Just take this pill and forget about it for a few hours. Overweight? Oh, we'll give you surgery to shed those pounds. You'll be down to nothing in no time. It doesn't actually fix the problem, but that's okay, because you'll feel better about it. I mean, because heaven forbid you actually get off your ass and get some exercise and eat a healthier diet. Well, it's too expensive to eat healthy. No, it's not. No, it's not. Go to a farmer's market. Whatever. Find a way. Stop making excuses. Not, you know... Just kidding. We don't shame people anymore. It's become unacceptable to make people feel bad about their choices. And that was the biggest mistake we ever made. You want to be a single mom with 3 baby daddies? Sure. You're in high school and you get pregnant? Yeah, we'll set up a daycare for you in school. And you can get out of class anytime you want to, you know, feed your kid or whatever. Absolutely. There's no shame. And shame is an important motivator, or a good motivator. And it's a necessary one. Because there's so much of this catering to the lowest common denominator. Maddening. That's frustrating. It doesn't matter what bad choices you make. We'll make an excuse for you. And don't even worry about paying for it. Don't even worry about paying for it. There's plenty of taxpayers out there that are more than willing to foot the bill, despite the fact that we're not asking them if they're willing to foot the bill or not. We'll just do it by force. If they don't want to help you, we'll make them help you. Yeah, they need to do that, but they're not going to do that because they don't have to do that. You know, or whatever method they decide to choose. I can't really talk about the weed thing. I'm not like a regular. I don't regularly smoke anymore, but you know, if somebody hands me a joint, I don't say no to it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't go out of my way to get it anymore. It's you lose your desire for that stuff when you get older. The cool factor wears off, and you realize that you're just tired and hungry. In moderation. Anything's fine in moderation. It's when you do it excessively that becomes a problem. Oh, I weep for the future. There is no future. There is none. Not at the rate we're currently going. Really digging this guy. It's Zane. Good lord. Wine is one of those. I've had good wine, I've had cheap wine, and it all tastes like vinegar to me. I've never been much of a, well, I mean, I used to be a drinker, but not anymore. For the last decade or so, I just haven't been a drinker, but wine, never. Unless it's one of those really cheap wines that you buy, you know, when you're a teenager. You know, they're flavored, they taste like strawberries. I throw up every time I drink. I just puke my guts out. That's why I stopped doing it altogether. Where the hell is this thing? Good lord. I'm gonna have to fight my way back out of all of this. heck am I even looking for? I don't know. Graham, what's going on? If I had to choose a Democrat, I could choose one. There's no way I could choose two. But if I had to choose, it'd be the one out of Hawaii. What the hell's her name? But then she started flip-flopping. She buckled to the pressure. Gabbard, yeah, that's her. Yeah, the vet. None of the others are even viable as far as I'm concerned. Actually, until she flip-flopped, I was considering her as an alternative to Trump, because he's screwing the pooch. Oh no, they don't have it. They won't go with Gabbard because she's too centrist. Their only real choices are Elizabeth Warren or Joe Biden. They're the only ones that are going to get full party support. Now they're going to get. They're not going to get a lot of support from the fringe Democrats. But you know, who cares about them anyhow? What the hell is going on? I have no idea what's going on in this mission. I have to fight my way out of this damn lab. Turn the XP back on. Boy, I wish I could hit something. That'd be cool. Trump would walk all over Biden. That just goes without saying. Why they keep putting him in front of a camera, I will never know. Every time he does, he molests somebody. He can't help himself. Old Pocahontas doesn't stand a snowball's chance in hell of getting past Trump either. I'm honestly surprised the Republicans haven't put somebody up to run against him. But if I had to choose a Democrat, you know, if I had a gun to my head, it would be Tulsi Gabbard. All right. Meet with Jessica Flores. That's in, whatchamacallit, that's in Imperial City. Let's see what Little Miss Ethnic wants. Yo, sugar. That's just what I mean. I ain't meaning that in any sort of bad way, you know. Oh my goodness. Not expressing myself very well tonight, but oh, you bastard. And we can't upgrade that anymore. Alright. We'll do this one. I'm really liking this guy. Very durable. Haven't even taken a travel power yet. You used to not be able to take one till like level, was it 20? I don't know. It was much later than it is. Now you can take one right off the bat. Right, level 4. Hello, loyal citizen. Please stay calm regarding your current situation. An officer will help you shortly. Oh, that's nice. Interrogating a witness. Kick him, kick him. That's right. Tell me what I want to know. They did. They did, Rem. They absolutely did. And they're back. There's one big server, the Homecoming server, that's up, and it has several shards. It's a fairly large player base, and then there's this one, which is the saltier of the two. Not for the faint of heart. The language can get a little extreme. There's no so it's self-moderation. The mods on this server don't really get too involved unless you're actually interfering with somebody's gameplay. Yeah, basically something fuck Homecoming. There's a bit of a rift between the two factions. I'm not going to not recommend Homecoming, but just to be diplomatic. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, absolutely. Very easy to install, very easy to set up. This one's everybody's currently using the I-25 data. It's what retail was when it shut down, plus some user-created content after the fact. Some of it's hit or miss. This one's going to be going back to what they call I-24, which is how it was at the close of retail. The actual game, how it was intended. So you'll have a choice. Yeah, and also fuck Leo, right? Somebody had the code for the game, and he was sitting on it for several years. He had his own private server running up. It was invite only. And then I guess there was pressure for him to release it so that other people could set up servers. Yeah, well, there's villains, and then there's the going rogue content. I stopped at villains, and I totally missed the going rogue stuff. And then when I found out it went, free to play, I was going to hop back on to check it out again, but by then the servers had been taken down. But yeah. I know this one at least runs smooth as silk. Homecoming was having a lot of issues because of their large player base, servers going down, crashing, several restarts throughout the course of a day. Yeah, but they're all up and running. They're all running smooth. There's usually some kind of like XP bonus or something like that, but that might shift when I-24 comes out. That's kind of what everybody's waiting for on this server. And hell, they even have basically a bundle deal where you can set up your own server if you want to, and then you and your friends can play on your own private server if you so choose. It's real easy to set up if you know how to do that kind of stuff. But they've made it as easy as they possibly can to set up your own server. There's a separate group that's just working on the game, and they're disassociated from all the disagreements between the drama. Yeah. COXG. This server's been running smooth as silk, days without it falling down, without it collapsing. Uninterrupted gameplay. The only time they bring it down basically is when they have to change something. Like if they're doing a bonus XP weekend, they'll bring it down to implement that, or bring it down to take it back out again. But that's it. It works. It just works. The famous Fallout 76 line. It just works. Yeah, absolutely. And it's it's free. Private server, so it's free. Yeah, Oh, you can download them in PDF form. They're still up on the internet. I just downloaded them last week. Again. Yep. But yeah, if you're ever interested in hopping on, just let me know. We'll get you a couple links sent your way and get you all set up. Oh, there's a lot of people playing. I mean, a lot of people playing. You have no idea. Once they've only been up for about a month or so, but as soon as they announced it, the servers got flooded. The homecoming servers got flooded with people. They couldn't keep up with the demand. Oh, of course they're completely incompetent, but that's beside the point. But then in response to that, these guys brought up their own. The only thing is on this server, it is self-moderation. You have to use the block feature if somebody bothers you. No GM's going to come in and save the day because they don't, freedom. The only time they'll step in is if somebody's actually interfering with your ability to play the game, and that's it. Yeah, absolutely. I'm on every night at 11 o'clock. If you want to, 11 o'clock Eastern. If you want to find any information about it, I can send you all the links and get you set up. It's incredibly easy to set up for a private server. Most private servers, do all these bells and whistles or jump through all these hoops to get it set up, but this one is literally as simple as installing the launcher and you're good to go. Cool. All right. Thanks for stopping by. I get that question at least once a night. How the hell are you even playing this? All right. I think if people came to the server, they'd find it's really not as bad as they're led to believe. Yeah, you got people saying shit, but you got people saying shit anywhere. Just got to be a grown-up about it. The initial glut of he's going to say the N-word, that's all kind of run its course. Now people are just playing the game and having fun. And that's good. I'm glad we got back to that point. What the hell was I doing? I forget. I don't know. Oh well. We'll go do this mission. Oh, it's this one. I am so glad they came up and brought this server up, though. I was on the homecoming server for a little while, but I got so tired of attacks taking 20 seconds to go off and servers coming down all the time. You're right in the middle of a stream, and then the servers come down for an hour. What are you going to do? And so I was playing on the test server for Aurora, It was fun for testing out builds and whatnot, but there's nobody else there. There's you and 5 other people on the entire server. Not that I do anything with anybody, I just like knowing they're there. Wrecked your shit, yo. Just waiting for them to get this one up and running and hoping like hell that they were able to do it smoothly. And they did. A hell of a lot better than I expected, to be honest. Couldn't be happier. Of course, the girlfriend doesn't appreciate it, but that's her problem. Ding. Yeah. She's been pretty cool about it so far, to be honest. Of course, I've tried very hard not to let it interfere with family time. What was that? Some of my key. Uh-huh. Willpower has a psionic resist. Weren't expecting that, were you? Hitting the wrong key. am I going so slow? Why am I even here? Deal with Grossman. Okay. Curb stomp. Nope. No, nothing like that here. The Pretoria bad guys are kind of vanilla. You got the Syndicate, they're just mobsters in different suits, really. Then you got the Clockwork, which are just Clockwork in different suits. The bad guys aren't really all that exciting. Although the new Clockwork models are really freaking cool. And they have some different attacks and whatnot, different sound effects, that kind of thing. But the models themselves are really cool. There's a couple where you get escorted through a mission on with one of the Clockwork things, and these guns come up out of their shoulders and start blasting everybody. It's really cool looking. And the environments are different. It's different. That's the most important thing. It's just different. It's not Atlas Park for the 800th time. And there's just a neat little dynamic, with the loyalists versus the resistance. And now I haven't gone too far through it. I took a character all the way through to 20 and made the choice, good or bad. But it was over a triple XP weekend, so most of it I skipped the last two. I did all this stuff until I out-leveled it, and then went over here to Imperial City and did some more, and that was pretty much it. And by then I was 20 and I was ready to make my choice. But that's all the zones there are. It's just the 3. This is actually 2. There's a bridge connecting 2 different islands, but it's all Neutropolis. Easier stuff here, harder stuff here. It's an interesting experience. Just something a little different. You get to see, Statesman as a bad guy, and Back Alley Brawler is your very first contact. He goes by different names. All the alternate versions of the Paragon people are here. Miss Liberty goes by a different name. So that's kind of neat. But by the time, the sewer stuff, yeah. The most interesting part is the factions. Whether you choose to be resistance or a loyalist, or mix and match between the two. You can be a loyalist who's trying, kind of working against Emperor Cole to, you know, restore power to the people. And they just need to stop hitting me. But outside of this, it has no bearing on the game. It's only important in Pretoria, and outside of that, it has no function really. It's like a mini game, I guess. Player mod. In Pretoria, these guys are the mobster guys that you see in like Independence Port and whatnot. Nice try, bud. Oh shit, I'm out of stamina. Where are you going, dude? Not if I have anything to say about it, evildoer. Bye. We killed him. See, that's one of those choices you have to make. You could either arrest him or just kill him on the spot. I don't know what it does, but no authority badge. You get a lot more drops, I'll tell you what. You get a hell of a lot more drops. But you need them though, because there's nowhere to buy dual origins. You can't buy those until you go over to Paragon. Okay. Just regular enhancements. And there's that lady's butt cheek. That's the most important part. And you got these guys who like to blow things up and start fires. And You got the road clockwork, and I think those are the three. There's the resistance, the destroyers, the clockwork, the syndicate, PPD, the police department. And you got people protesting the government. You got to put down protests. There's a lot of spontaneous events. Well, not spontaneous, but you go to a parking lot where a bunch of people are protesting. You either have to talk to the protesters and get them to stop protesting, or you have to fight back against the powers that be and support the protesters. That's the only one I've really done so far. Hey there, sugar. You got this stereotype lady here. Pell's dead, and I killed him. And the alternate Miss Liberty's Ms. Liberty with the MS is right here. I forget what her name is. Creator Duncan. I'll hold off on that. And what is this? And away we go. This is what the clockwork looked like over here. What do I need? Enhanced defense. That's the light purple shield, isn't it? Oh god, it's yellow already. And another damage. Good, baby. Down with government. Urguest, thanks for the follow. Urguest. Urguest or Urguest? Hard G or soft G? Thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. I think I'm going to wrap it up there. It's getting on 2:30. Won't be on tomorrow night. Girlfriend's got to work late. But I will be back the following night. Thank you all for hanging out. And have a good night.